Okay.
Hello, hello. Oh, we're both wearing white.
Different teams, though.
I had my white on first, just saying.
Hey.
So he copied me.
Hey. Well, I thought there were various jerseys I was looking at, but they're black. And black can drive this camera nuts. So I try not to wear black jerseys in videos very often. Or live streams.
But there's so many black jerseys.
Yes.
So many black jerseys. Okay. Hello, everybody. Everybody's saying hello. Lots of hellos.
Howdy, everybody.
From different places. What's happening with the Habs?
They're still rebuilding. The Habs are probably at least a year away from seriously contending for a playoff spot.
I am aware that there's an Yvonne because Shannon talks about it all the time.
But they've changed their name. He's
But
changed
it
his
is
name to
spelled
Ivan.
different.
He's changed the name too.
Yvonne, my spelling is the feminine version.
Changed the pronunciation. But I'm not happy.
How's my tea? Well, I just made my tea. So this one's the tea. It's still steeping. This is my tea from earlier, which I haven't finished drinking. So I've got both prepared. But my tea I just made it's not ready for me to drink yet.
Okay, so the second game is going to be on Amazon Prime because it's Monday.
Oh, that's obnoxious.
Yeah, New Jersey and Edmonton. So
obnoxious.
Yep, there it is. See the Prime logo
Not
right over
a fan. Not a fan.
So, and Sportsnet Plus just announced that they're raising the price of their service by $5 a month.
Cool.
I pay annually.
Right.
I pay in July. Yeah. So I'm already paid. I'm good, but yeah, $5 a month is a lot.
You two should be out flying kites. It is way too windy for kites.
It's $24.99 for
so
hockey.
Windy. It's windy.
Apparently, last night on Sportsnet Plus, the game between Anaheim and Chicago was unwatchable. The stream didn't work. And then today they told people the price is going up $5. And they go, cool. So the streams will work if we pay the extra $5 a month.
Right? I think it's ridiculous. Why should so we have center ice. We pay for center ice. And then there's games that we can't even watch on center ice, even though you pay so that you can
not
see
very
all
often. Just the Prime.
I know
ones.
it's not very often, but
just
still,
yeah.
We pay for a service so that we can see all of the games.
Sportsnet
yet
Plus,
we have to pay for another service so that we can watch all of the games.
There's more games you can't watch on Sportsnet.
I've heard that. I have seen that, but I think that is ridiculous.
There was a day last week where they were like, "Here's what you can watch."
For a service,
like, that's skipping like almost half the games,
so that you can see all of the games. You should be able to see all of the games. But anyways, I don't like that you have to have so many streaming.
I will very likely be doing a video tomorrow on the streaming options for the NHL on both sides of the border. So yeah, I'll probably be getting into that tomorrow. I think I'll probably do a video on that.
What games are on tonight? I thought it was just Nashville and Devils.
Yeah, it's just LA and Nashville and New Jersey and Edmonton. Those are the two games. That's it. I've already got the board kind of made up. I just don't have the starting goalies written in yet.
I watched a game on Sportsnet Plus. Oh, ESPN Plus has been very spotty for me. I have not heard really good things about ESPN Plus.
And I think that's what Sportsnet Plus is piggybacking off of.
The ones that we get people emailing us the most frequent about.
Sportsnet's been cost-cutting for a while, where if they can just carry an American feed, they do.
Which is irritating.
And it's
I don't like the American feeds.
A lot of the time the ESPN's all flash and screaming and really, oh my gosh, did you see that?
Which is why I don't like the American feeds.
Which game was I watching? Oh, I think it was the Islanders Rangers yesterday. I think that was the one where like the announcer was overreacting to every play, and I'm like, okay, settle down. No, it wasn't the Islanders Rangers. It was one of the other games. Actually, you know what? I think it was the Global Series that they were just overreacting. Everything. I'm like, okay, settle down. There was a goal that I think it was a goal Barkov scored, and he just screams, and I'm like, okay, it's a goal during a regular season game in October/November.
It's okay.
Bring it down a little bit. You don't need to scream at the top of your lungs because a puck went in the net, and you don't need to get really, really, really excited when it's around the net. Like, just relax. You can get a little bit, but not that much.
Americans don't like the American feeds either. I just don't like. They're so loud and flashy.
I don't like
it.
I don't like them reacting so loudly and so excitedly because it comes across as fake.
Right.
It comes across as trying to make it seem really exciting.
Trying to make it more exciting.
And
than
it's like,
is.
I can see what's going. You guys can just.
It's like sitcoms having a laugh track, telling you that this is funny. So they're telling you that this is really exciting.
Nothing's quite like Eddie Olczyk trying to explain something that happened 30 seconds ago when a guy lost his glove. There's nothing quite like, hey, this guy doesn't have a stick. I know, I'm watching. I can see that he doesn't have a stick. Oh, so-and-so's lost in the corner. We can see that. We can see what's happening. Why are you? And you're not the play-by-play guy. The play-by-play guy is supposed to pick that up. If he's not picking it up, maybe it's not that important.
100% agree. Too many streaming services.
Yes.
Sportsnet streaming is very buggy.
Yep.
And it's going up.
$24.99 a month.
Prime is super buggy. Prime is
buggy.
so irritating. Yeah. It cuts out so much. Yep. Why do team broadcasts have the blue tint?
You know what? There are certain broadcasts that I think it's the digital boards mess up the colors. There are certain games I've noticed this year where the digital boards are really bright and it like desaturates the feed. It makes it look blue.
The kids were noticing that on, I don't remember what
I think it was Utah.
I
think in Utah,
really,
which understandable their first year, but there was a game in Utah I was watching where it was noticeably Smurf-like that I was watching, and I thought this shouldn't seem like the Smurfs, and it kind of does because there's a lot of blue. But I think it's the digital boards. Now remember, Gary has already told us that if we're noticing the digital boards, we're watching hockey wrong. So that's on me. I'm watching hockey wrong. We're not supposed to notice those kinds of things. Are you meowing because Michael said?
Oh, Shannon has done videos talking about the team's announcers. Didn't you rank them? That was
I ranked them. I ranked them a few years back. I'm going to do it again. I wait though until a little while into the season. It's unfair to rank them now, but at some point I'll be doing a ranking once we're further into the season and I've watched enough broadcasts. See, you show.
We can't keep up with the chat either, Mom. It's it's obnoxious. It can be really tricky, especially if there's very many of the super chats. Sometimes that'll move faster than I can see, and it'll delete them so that I can't see them at all after like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that. What? And so then I can't see them, and that's really frustrating.
What is your issue, kitty cat?
Noticeably Smurf-like is my new band name.
Do not scratch this jersey.
We don't like VPNs.
No, VPN messed up my computer.
And we had trouble on our TV with
I had blue screen of death on my computer. Then I got the VPN out and suddenly it stopped showing up. And my computer ran slow when I was on the VPN. What? You don't need to be that close to my face. Oh my gosh, Kat.
I can't watch Winnipeg and Habs games because of blackouts, but I'm in Ontario. Like, I'm not across the world. I don't like blackouts.
The blackouts are a bad idea. I'll talk about that too. In this day and age, blackouts seem very outdated, and there's got to be a way to just get rid of them. There really should be, especially with the amount of money people are paying to watch hockey right now. It doesn't make any sense.
When there's a live, Bear will insist on being apart. Yes.
She knows the difference.
She does.
If she's in here, she knows, okay, Dad can pick me up now. And then she's happy.
How long can Winnipeg keep this up? They have a team, not a 12 million star player or two. GM has built a team.
They're fantastic this year. Kyle Connor, absolutely playing out of his mind. He did leave that game in the third, though, with an injury. But he apparently is okay. He was at practice today.
I saw that.
So, you watched my news video today?
I did not. I don't think I've ever watched a news video.
Like, yeah, there's been times where she'll ask me about something and I'm like, oh, that thing I talked about in a news video today? Yeah, you must have heard that from me. And then I didn't watch it. Of course you didn't.
I get so many hockey notifications on my phone, though. But no, I don't watch Shannon's videos. What was the original purpose of blackouts? I don't quite understand them whatsoever.
Okay, so you're in the market. They want to make sure that you buy your ticket. So I know initially blackouts were if the game wasn't sold out, it would be blacked out. I know the Seattle Seahawks used to do that. That a football game, sometimes the Seahawks game was on, sometimes it wasn't. It depended on whether or not it was a sellout that week. So it's okay, we don't have enough tickets sold. It's not a sellout. You can't watch the game locally. You'll have to come and watch it live. And now it's regional broadcasting rights that are the issue. No, you don't you start. Not doing that. Azrael's starting trouble. But yeah, I think it has to do with broadcasting rights and where they're allowed to be viewed and by who, but you can pay your way around it with center ice. So, but Sportsnet Plus does not get you around the blackouts, I don't think. And you get around the blackouts with center ice. So
Yvonne is a THG hater, confirmed.
Right?
That's it.
Yeah, I agree. I've been I wrote her a letter. I notarized it. She told me she wanted a notarized letter requesting her presence watching videos. And then she told me that she didn't respect that notary and she signed whatever go pound salt and handed it back to me.
You're the one that says go pound salt. That's not something I say.
She totally said it because
not,
she knows it's a phrase
not
I
a
understand.
Phrase I use
because I'm an old man. So she understands that as an old man, I would understand that phrase.
Because you use it quite frequently.
Yeah, you can go.
That would be weird if I watched his videos. I spent so much time going through the comment section.
Like you could sit in here and watch me do a video.
No.
You used to.
Because you were in our living room.
Yeah, back in the townhouse.
Because you're in the living room.
And then you'd applaud at the end, which made me feel a sense of accomplishment.
I did not. That's not.
You were like, you so hockeyed that? Way to hockey. Woohoo.
Yes, Bearer is Shadow's sister.
Yep.
What's Ehlers' next contract look like? UFA?
It's going to be pricey. If he keeps playing the way he's playing right now, you've got to think it's in the $9 to $10 million range. He's been absolutely fantastic. And I'm sure they're glad they've got Kyle Connor locked in at around $7 million for the next little while. But yeah, Connor's going to be really expensive when his contract's done too.
Oh, I am wearing a jersey. I'm wearing
50th anniversary Sabres.
Buffalo Sabres.
To this day,
pretty one.
To this day, one of my absolute favorites.
It's a really big jersey, so the logo's really, really low. But see, isn't that fun?
Oh,
I think it's probably Adelaide.
That'll be Adelaide coming home.
Yeah.
So
okay. Shannon, you're over 60 now. You don't need to be sad about that. Yeah. Shannon does not find that amusing. He's not 60. He's not close to 60.
Feel like it now. Bunch of whippersnappers.
The real question is, does Yvonne love the entertainment guy? He's a piece of work. Oh, he's a piece of work, all right.
He'll hopefully be watching the Traders tonight and then posting a video tomorrow on the Traders, or else I'm kicking him out of the house.
Yvonne, is Shannon really a dork? Oh, you guys already know. You only see like the filtered hockey version.
I call her regularly to show her stuff like the little kid does. Where I'm like, hey, you got to see this.
In between the kids. Mom, hey, Yvonne, Mom. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm trying to sweep
I had to
the
show
floor.
her the Tim Conway bit from Carol Burnett when he's talking about the Siamese elephants, because that's one of the greatest bits ever, because they all break. Everybody breaks immediately when he says Siamese elephants. And then I was watching the challenge, so I had to show her the ridiculousness of the course they were doing. And yeah, that was a fun episode of the challenge. So Johnny Bananas stirring things up. I like Johnny Bananas. I see a little bit of myself with Johnny Bananas. Because as soon as somebody says to him, I think we're going to get you out, he just turns on everybody else. Like, that person doesn't like you, that person doesn't, and that person doesn't. I'm like, that's probably what I would do in that same situation. And it worked. Because they're all like, wait a minute. You want me out? You want me out? And it's like, just they all start pointing fingers at each other. Oh, it's such a masterful job.
There you go. Let's do a hangout for Tuesday as well. Have you seen how many games are on tomorrow?
There's 11 games tomorrow. And I'm going to be watching 9 at the same time. I'm going to do my best. My absolute damnedest. There's 6 on the TV, 1 on my tablet over here, and then I put another one on the computer here. And so I'll do my best. It's going to be fun tomorrow.
He doesn't mean fun.
But then there's a 7:30 start, so I have plenty of time to get it all straightened out and finished.
Will the Red Wings make the playoffs?
I hope so. However, I do have some doubts right now. The thing is, there are so many teams right now that are off to mediocre starts, and you can see faults with their rosters. It's anybody's game. The Red Wings absolutely could end up above the line.
It seems like a bad idea to schedule games during the U.S. election day.
They had talked about making that a national holiday, and it never happened.
I can understand it being a holiday, but the U.S. isn't the only country that's in the NHL.
But at the same time, most of those games are in the U.S.
People can do mail-in voting. You can vote during the day.
Yeah, there's only 2 games in
Canada. So
it's
not just allotted to that small section of time that games are on. So I can understand.
Yeah, I usually vote in advance.
Great. A lot of people do.
Yeah, I vote in advance.
So it shouldn't.
Even though I know in the
people's ability to vote.
The area that I'm in is basically it's a very conservative stronghold. So, which most of the Fraser Valley seems to be. So, yeah, it usually is a landslide for the winner. It makes your vote feel a little bit less important when that's the case.
Did I ask you about the Red Wings?
Yep.
Okay,
you did.
There were a few teams that people were asking about: Devils or Oilers.
Tonight, the Oilers are on the second half of a back-to-back. The Devils are coming off of a loss against Calgary. I kind of like the Devils' chances tonight.
How about the Wild?
The Wild have been... I mean, like yesterday's game wasn't the most exciting to watch, but they got the 2 points out of it. Minnesota seems to be able to adapt their style to whoever they're playing against right now, and it's kind of fun to watch. I think they're a well-coached team right now. They're playing really well. The goaltending's been quite good, and that makes a difference because right now there's been a lot of not great goaltending and defense in the National Hockey League.
Canucks or Ducks tomorrow?
The Canucks should win that. The Ducks, as much fun as it is to watch Dostal just shutting everybody down, that can't continue for a full season. So with the Canucks, they're better on the road than they are at home. They should win that one.
How about the Leafs' bad power play performance?
I mean, last night they got 4 shots on their first power play. They're getting chances. If they weren't generating chances, I'd be more concerned. I think they'll figure it out. They're too talented not to figure it out. A lot of the time when Toronto's struggling, it's a psychological issue as much as anything else.
How about the Jets? 11-1-0.
Jets are fantastic. There was somebody who commented on the power rankings yesterday. The Jets are 11-0, not 10-0, and I thought, I'm not psychic. I have to point out to people I can't tell you what the record's going to be tomorrow because I'm not psychic.
You can't.
Otherwise, I could just do the review before the games start.
Man, that would save so much time.
Just imagine if I could review all the games at 4:00. I'd be like, here's what happens in all the games tonight.
That would be so nice if you got done with work before like 11:30 at night.
Right? And then I wouldn't have to watch anything. I'd be like, here's what's going to happen. Here's who's going to score the goals.
That'd be convenient. You should get on that.
And done.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you'd let me have that TARDIS fund, that'd be nice. But no, I don't get my TARDIS fund.
Is Eichel finally going to have his breakout season?
Right now, he's on pace for 100 points. I will say that, yeah. This is it. As long as he and Stone are both in the lineup together, they seem to have incredible chemistry. Yeah, they absolutely should be able to.
Don't use your powers to predict the lottery numbers. Use them to review games earlier. Right?
Why would I want to win the lottery?
It's much more responsible use of powers.
What would I do with $30 million?
But see, if he has hockey powers, then I don't think it would help with the lottery. That would just help with hockey.
But if I could tell the future,
that'd be great. If it was just hockey powers, then it would just be hockey future.
I mean, I guess.
Ketchup potato chips, overrated?
Yes.
I don't like
I'm not a fan of ketchup potato chips. Never have been. I've tried a couple of different brands because I thought, well, this doesn't
like
taste good. Maybe the other, nope, this brand doesn't taste good either. So I'm not a fan of ketchup.
All dressed, on the other hand, are great.
All dressed are fantastic.
I don't like ketchup chips.
Sour cream and onion are good. But yeah, ketchup might be the one flavor of chips I'm kind of out on.
Sportsnet has a need of your $30 million in winnings.
Yeah, magically the price for Sportsnet Plus would be exactly what I won. I'd probably get an email or a phone call with that. So
mustard chips are the future. I've seen mustard chips.
I've not seen mustard chips.
Not like yellow mustard chips.
Why would they be a thing?
Like mustard chips.
Mustard is yellow.
No, not the vinegary yellow kind. Pickle chips are the best.
Pickle chips are great.
So Canadian snacks just don't hit the same anymore after my Asia trip. Oh, I've heard that. We could go try some American snacks and then you'd feel all better about the Canadian ones.
Or you could find those masala chips. Those masala chips are fantastic. So if you find masala chips, you buy those and they're excellent. Really, really nice.
All dressed are super popular at work. Of course, because they're awesome.
All dressed are
those are the best.
Excellent.
I like the loads of all dressed from Superstore the best.
Yes.
Those are the best ones.
Although loads of dill pickle are good too.
Well, yeah, because pickle chips are the best.
But
no, pickle chips, not pickled chips. The loads of all dressed are the best all dressed chips, but pickle chips are the best overall chips.
Kemper versus... Oh, they haven't verified the goal yet.
Is it weird that I'm a fan of both of Capitals and Penguins? The rivalry has made me a fan of both over the years. Please bring back the copper jerseys.
I cheer for Boston and Vancouver, so I understand that. I've been told I'm not allowed to do that. I'm sure. And in football, I like the Bengals. I also root for the Steelers at different times. So that's not supposed to happen either. Don't worry. It happens. You gotta roll with it. It's fine.
Canadian all dressed ruffles better than the American version.
Yes.
The American version doesn't taste like all dressed. They taste like flavor. Vinegary barbecue.
Yeah, there's more flavor to the Canadian ones. Definitely not skimping on flavor.
Though.
Canadian chips, I prefer over American chips, but
we don't even buy the American ones ever anymore. They're always disappointing.
When I come home from California, I'm very disappointed in churros in Canada. They're disgusting, comparatively speaking, with the ones in Los Angeles and in California, where they're absolutely delicious. Then I come home and I'm like, this is a floppy piece of sadness.
But he means Disneyland churros, so
we've had them in other places in the U.S.
But the Disneyland ones are always the best.
Disneyland ones are very good. But yeah, the ones locally just nah.
Jets may need a 2C, but 100% top 4 RHD ideas.
You're gonna have to pay a lot for a top 4 defenseman. I think the Canucks would love to add a top 4 defenseman too, but the price is really high. Their best hope may very well be. I haven't seen any update on Heinola or any of the injuries they got going on. Their best hope might be to find somebody from within that can occupy that role.
Are the Fanatics jerseys better than the Adidas or vice versa? New to new age jerseys. I have a bunch of the old Reebok, but I'm looking for some new Habs jerseys.
I would say they're almost the same because they use the same factories. At this point, for that first year, Fanatics has not really changed anything from Adidas. It doesn't mean they won't. This is standard. When one company buys the other, they don't want a lack of continuity. They don't want to scare off the customer. So they will keep things the same. But as the years pass, there may be a change in the quality, the way they're made. But at this point, the only difference is the dimples on the shoulders on the Adidas are not on the shoulders of the Fanatics. Other than that, it's a very, very similar article.
We'll do a video pretty soon.
I gave her an idea of
more
a video to do on jerseys
between the jerseys,
because I've got jerseys from Pro Player, Starter, CCM, Reebok, Adidas, and I'm talking like measurements and talking about the logos, everything. I've even got Reebok Authentics too, so we can do those ones as well.
Right.
And more in depth for people who are looking to buy jerseys, kind of idea.
Here's my latest contribution to the Frost and the Furious Dr. Firecop Fund. I have the feeling we'll get them made soon. Also, can I be the music composer? Definitely.
Sure. Can you do like a very close take on Murray Gold's I Am the Doctor? And that can just play constantly during Dr. Firecops so that it feels like it's exciting. So that exciting I Am the Doctor music all the time throughout the entire episode.
That would be
and
so
it just
irritating.
loops. And like in the background, there'd always be people kind of hopping around and getting excited because something exciting is about to happen. So you get this feeling of excitement all the time through your television. It's just smacking you right in the face.
I hate constant background music. I really dislike constant background music.
Which show were we watching where the background music was too loud?
And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna go crazy.
You could barely hear the audio of the show because the background music was so loud. Was it Baking Show that they did that last night?
Was it Hell's Kitchen?
Okay, Hell's Kitchen sounds about right.
Where they were talking and the music just got louder. You're like, are we supposed to be nervous for them or something? Because I can't hear what they're saying. I wish that when people are having a serious conversation and that really ominous music is playing, that they'd go, okay, you're lying to me because the ominous music's playing. So come on, fess up. Just once, I would love to see that on a reality show. Do you think Alexander Ovechkin was healthy to start last season? Because I feel like he might have been carrying an injury at the beginning of last season when you compare how he started this year.
He was slow to start last season. He did not seem to have that same level of ability. It showed up in the second half of the season. He is doing well right now. Part of the thing with Ovechkin is that a lot of his goals are scored from the same spot. So as long as his shot is still, in that 90-mile-an-hour range, he'll be fine. It doesn't rely on his speed. His game doesn't rely on foot speed, which is something that can really fall off with older players. I'm starting to think he's going to break the Gretzky record this year.
Just pull up some ominous music on your phone. Shannon would totally do that. He would totally do that.
Yeah.
Just when talking to me, starting music or something.
Yeah.
Because that's the kind of thing he does to me.
That'd actually be kind of funny to just be having a regular conversation with you and then start playing ominous music.
Why do you keep talking about hockey? Is this a hockey channel?
That's the idea. But often we get into food and all the other fun stuff. And
it's true.
Yeah.
You guys listen to Shannon talk about hockey.
Food,
all
weather,
the time.
Baseball. She's always talking about baseball. Just baseball,
not always talking.
She was so excited when the Dodgers won the World Series.
I think I didn't know, but cool.
She's playing it cool, but we know better.
I'm not a fan of baseball. It's really boring.
She loves baseball.
Really boring.
She has like a bunch of jerseys in the salon.
I have baseball. Zero. No.
So, yeah, she's got a bunch.
No. Okay. Or is somebody... What's your favorite Atlanta Thrashers jersey? I know. For a while, I had a Thrashers jersey that Shannon didn't. That was pretty exciting. Because we could only find it in the women's sizes.
Yeah. Just keep looking. It's in here.
He has to go back there. Were the expectations too high, or is Marchessault having an off season?
Marchessault's older, and I think that's why. I think that's why Vegas was willing to let him go, because of cap reasons and for his age as well. So this would be my favorite of the Atlanta jerseys, but Marchessault at this point is probably a 50, 60-point player. But yeah, that'd be my favorite of the Atlanta jerseys. And the funny thing is, this is one that I didn't even remember until I was looking through like their jersey history. And I was like, I don't have that.
Yeah.
Because I have the blue Reebok one, which is absolutely fantastic as well. But it doesn't have the stripes. I like the stripe on the bottom. I always like it better when this is broken up a bit at the bottom.
I like the one with the different sleeves that everybody hates. Yeah. Isn't that fun?
I love it.
To have different sleeves. Isn't that fun? Shannon, you need to talk more about your lovely wife more and you need to talk about your lovely wife more and her lovely children. There you go. And then somebody else responded, what about her fun-loving mom?
I talk an exorbitant amount of time about her and everybody else. And the cats and the rabbits.
Shannon, we need to convince Yvonne to go to our NASCAR race. Oh, I would be so bored.
Oh, I agree. NASCAR would be awesome.
You agree I would be so bored?
No.
He knows I would be
You'd be bored, and then there'd be this horrible accident.
Oh, that would be awful. I would be traumatized.
Yeah.
That would be awful.
But they'd get up and walk away. Those cars are pretty safe. Those cars are pretty safe, though.
No, that would be terrible.
I think you'd be okay. $5. I'll bet you $5 you'd be fine.
No.
You want to make $5?
Is Maple much of a diva? I have a tortie of my own, and she's incredibly loyal. But she can definitely be a diva at times.
Oh, Maple's too cool for any of us.
She is.
She's just too cool.
Oh, you guys can't see her. She's just off screen. So this
with her
cat
back
tree,
to us because she wants to make sure we know.
2 trees side by side, and she's at the top of the other. She is the most cat that we have. She's very rarely on our bed, but we'll have the other 4 cats on our bed. She doesn't do this like Bear. She's very much a cat. Unless she thinks we're going to take her outside. And then she gets very excited. To go outside. Her eyes brighten up, her tail straight up, and then she's all like prancing. She prances, I'm going outside. And then when she's outside, she hops around and she does. Look how fast I can run. Yeah. Should Isles trade Barzal, Ben to Point? Oh, and the second question, Ben to Point Roberts. I've never been to Point Roberts. There's nothing in Point Roberts, but I have been there. I wouldn't trade Barzal if I was the Islanders because he's not that productive right now, and so his value would be a bit lower. And Barzal, I think he will bounce back offensively once he's returned from injury. Are beaver tails as good as they look? They're delicious. I mean, beaver tails are great. Beaver tails are great. They are great. If you like that kind of thing, I guess. NASCAR, people turning left for 10 hours. Boring. Agreed. It's not boring. It's exciting. You never know when they're going to, mess up that left-hand turn. I know. Right, I just need it does not sound fun. Goalies on the board. Shannon's busy writing on a board. Yeah, I just had to get the goalies on there. It's just one of those things I've got to do. And then I've got to clean up the other boards too. I've got some boards from yesterday that need cleaning up. My assistant didn't get on that today, so they've been taking their sweet time with stuff today. You mean sweet time cleaning the entire room? I said my assistant, not you. Recently went to Empire Strikes Back at the Vancouver Symphony Orchestra. Orchestra plays the music while they play the movie on the big screen. That'll be fun. It would be fun. Yep. Yeah, it was amazing. Highly recommend. How many hours a day does Shannon spend on boards? Well, I mean, during the night with the games, so it starts at 4:00. It's usually till 9:30. Usually from 4 to 9:30. So that's 5.5 hours there. Then there's the preview board, which normally takes me about a half an hour to set up. News board doesn't take that long, but I'm doing a lot of, okay, look at this count, look at this site, this site, this site. A lot of different stuff I use for the news boards. I would think in terms of writing on boards, it's probably about 7 hours a day. It's no wonder my wrists get sore and my arms get sore and shoulder. I saw NASCAR when I was in Arizona and I was miles away. It was super dusty. That sounds awful. That sounds fun. It would be dusty, wouldn't it? Haven't you noticed that with my video games I play? When I play Gran Turismo and you're watching me, haven't you noticed how dusty it gets when I'm out in the desert? She cheers me on Gran Turismo and then she tells me I'm stupid because I miss a corner. And she's like, here, I'll hit that corner for you. I'll show you how it's done. That never. And then she sets like track records, throws the controller back at me. Drive in video games and know that that's not true at all. The live stream back in the day of you playing GTA was one of my favorite moments ever. Ever. That was great. Because she can't drive. Play video game. She can't drive. No, GTA. As the driver in this video games, she can't drive. I'm a very good driver. So she'd get in trouble because she'd run over some pedestrians. And then I'd be like, all right, the cops are coming. And I'd have to get away from the police and then hand her back the remote control. So I don't play video games. No. I find them boring. I think they're great. I love GTA. I can do GTA for days. I really know. But I don't do the missions. I just drive around and just mess with people. I just pick like a random stranger that flips me off or swears at me. And I'm like, oh, it's going to be like that, huh? She's watched me do it. She's like, I don't know what he's doing. I'll chase somebody up a mountain
while I'm mumbling, come on, where are you going? You're way up here now. Where are you going?
Has TEG done his share lately, or is he slacking?
There needs to be some more TEG content. I am working on an idea of for next summer lists on the hockey channel and on the entertainment channel. I want to do a list of, my guess is it's going to be in the thousands of songs that I'm going to do a countdown of. She thinks I'm insane. And when I do the videos, I'll also have a playlist made up of all of those songs on YouTube. So the playlist will be connected to the video. So people can then check out the videos and go from there. And I think it's going to be fun.
That's going to take forever.
And each video I'd be going through like probably 50 songs.
That sounds like forever too.
And then I want to do like my 200 favorite players of all time.
Girly plays Grand Theft Auto. Nope, which is why I can't play it. I don't play any video games. I don't play video games on my phone even. I find them really boring. And since I don't ever play, I'm really bad at them. I'm really bad at the driving games. I'm not a video game person.
I've got
at all
4 games I play on my phone that I'm not bad at. And I've got combined, I think 21,000 levels between the 4 of them.
Sometimes he likes to show me, ooh, look at what level I'm at. And, you know, again,
I'm
it's
almost
like the
at the
kids,
top
hey,
level on the
look
one
at what
game.
I did. Wow.
I'm almost at the top
job.
level on. Now I'm going to see. Now I'm going to look it up. Toon Blast. Toon Blast. I've almost got to the last level of that. Toy Blast. I'm at over 8,500 levels on that one.
I've been to many NASCAR races. You need earplugs and the smell of racing fuel and burnt rubber. You won't forget. Oh, that sounds awful.
Doesn't that sound like fun?
It does not. I wear earplugs.
You know, we have that
very
kind of racing
frequently
locally.
when we leave the house. I wear earplugs a lot.
We could go to Mission. We could go out to Hope. Agassiz?
But yeah, it's smelling and being dusty.
I think it's in Agassiz they have it.
I really have.
Do you want to go to Agassiz and watch some racing?
No.
I'm trying to remember if it's Agassiz or Hope. I think it's Agassiz. And then they have it in Mission too. We could go watch some racing in Mission.
I don't. That does not sound fun.
I think it sounds fun. We're going to go do that.
Yeah.
To heck with
How
the
many
2 games
arenas
tonight.
have you been to?
3. Vancouver, Vegas, and Anaheim.
Yeah. Yvonne has magic powers. She puts up her protection shields and wizards her way out of Shannon's conundrum.
True.
We need a list of all the favorite lists you have made. Shannon has lists of everything. I swear he puts everything in the list, and somehow he married somebody that puts nothing in the list except for shopping lists.
I list everything.
That's the only lists I make.
And I mess with her shopping list.
Oh my gosh, everybody does. Everybody, because shopping lists are connected to the Alexas. I will go to the store and I'll have like cats on there and car, lots of candy and ice cream and more cats. I
had like, firearms, stuff like that.
Tank. I forget what it is. Gabriel puts something stupid on there all the time too. That I'm just like, seriously, guys, can I have one thing that I can just read it?
And then if she's away from her computer, I like to go on YouTube on her account.
Oh my gosh.
And watch pop songs.
I have I have a sewing room upstairs, and I have one of those Alexa shows, and he'll have it play terrible music. So then it'll recommend terrible music. Since you like this one, why don't you listen to this one? Gabriel came into my room the other day and was like, what? Why is that on there? I'm like, I don't even know what that is. I don't know.
It's great.
Children. Do you like Jif creamy or chunky?
Chunky. I'm one of those few that likes chunky peanut butter. Most people seem to like creamy. I think they're insane.
I like
chunky peanut butter.
All the peanut butter. Do you think there would be a PWHL Players Association?
Isn't there already a PWHL? I thought there was already a union because they had the union that was built in that came in. So I'm pretty sure there's already a union with the PWHL. That was part of the formation of PWHL was the former PHF and the union coming together and creating something new. I don't need to pick you up all the time.
Come to a Jets game. That would be awesome. That would be really cool.
Literally.
Oh, I've been to demolition derbies. Those aren't as bad.
Oh, we have those in Mission too.
We have them in Abbotsford. I've watched them in Abbotsford.
Well, that's just with the fair.
Right.
But like, I think they have them regularly in Mission.
I don't need to watch them regularly.
But don't you want to see if, like, somebody's gonna, outlast the competition week to week? You could have your own standings. You could make like a little list of which ones you like the best.
Do you have demolition derbies locally?
Yeah.
Occasionally. Yeah. I know they have them at the fair. I've watched them. I've taken the kids to them at the fair.
You're being ridiculous. You're ridiculous.
Would we like to live in Mission?
I wouldn't mind
Mission's
Mission,
beautiful. Honest. I do really like Mission, but I really like Abbotsford.
I know. I do
like Abbotsford. I chose to live in Abbotsford.
But you always have your claws out. And these jerseys snag. It's a Reebok. What have I told you about Reeboks? What have I told you about Reeboks?
Well, I read that one already.
Be nice.
What does Yvonne think of Larry's House of Hockey?
We don't watch
Larry's
hockey channels.
House of Hockey?
It's a YouTube
Is it
channel.
a YouTube channel?
Yeah, Larry.
I don't watch Shannon's videos. I certainly don't watch other hockey YouTubers.
I generally don't watch.
There would be no reason
YouTube either
for me to watch hockey YouTubers.
She's perfectly fine with me holding her like this.
I don't need to watch hockey YouTubers. My life is already hockey. I don't.
That's you, sweetie.
Pass on that.
That's you.
Will Yvonne ever guest host a power rankings or other THG video one day?
I've talked to her about that. I have. I've told her. I've said, you're doing the review tonight. I'm tired. I've done that.
He said that.
You can take. I think it would be great. I'd love to see what kind of notes you would take.
I've been in other videos. I was in a video 2 days ago.
The jersey videos.
Yeah,
the jersey videos. I like to have her there.
Yeah, I'm usually in jersey
because then it's not just my opinion on the jerseys.
Because I know textiles.
On the other channel, we are frequently in videos together.
That's true.
Hi.
Does Shannon watch Yvonne's channel? I no longer have a channel.
I would love for her to start her channel up. I think it would be great. I think she could do great sewing content and crocheting content.
Yeah, in my spare time.
I think that would be. It doesn't need to be in your spare time. You just video whatever you're doing.
No.
You just set up a phone and you just sew for a while, and then you just hope that helps people. Maybe the noise of you sewing would be like really. Maybe it could be like SMAM LDR. You know that stuff you do with the noises.
Oh, I really, really don't like ASMR though. I don't like ASMR. I don't like the sound of it. But again, I wear earplugs all the time. So
but you don't have to.
I don't like
just
ASMR.
Make the content. You could just make the content.
But that would be hard for somebody that doesn't like that content to make the content. So, because how would I be able to make stuff that other people like?
Because you just be sewing. Like it somebody might think that's the most relaxing noise ever and be able to go to sleep as a result. Kitty, you don't need to go over my shoulder. You don't need to go over my shoulder.
What team that is currently struggling that's best suited to get back on the right track?
The Avalanche. The Avalanche are playing well. They need a goaltender to start making saves regularly. They need somebody they have faith in. I think that's part of the reason they've had some defensive issues. I think they're playing a tight game because they know they're not getting the saves they need.
Favorite ride / things to do in Disneyland?
Star Tours when it's not the same thing over and over and over again. Rise of the Resistance is worth about a 45-minute wait. Anything longer than that, wait for when it's a 45-minute wait. They're going to improve Smugglers. They're going to have a second mission you can do at Smugglers, finally. Smugglers should rotate missions the same as Star Tours does. And then DCA. What would my favorite ride be at DCA?
Little Mermaid.
Spider-Man. Yeah, Web Slingers.
Little Mermaid.
Web Slingers would be my not Little Mermaid.
Mater's Junkyard Jamboree.
That's fun. That is actually kind of fun. The dancing cars are kind of fun too.
Oh, Soren. Soren's pretty fun.
Soren's fun. I do wish they would vary.
Fun.
I wish they'd vary what Soren video they had.
That'd be super
if they had Soren over California as well as Soren around the world.
What about Jesse's Carousel?
I mean, I did it. It was a thing I did. I do like Dumbo. Dumbo's a fun ride. Great. And of course, then the rockets in front of Tomorrowland. Astro Orbiter.
Astro Orbiter. I really like Casey Jr. and the Storybook Canals, even though they go on the same space. Mickey's Runaway Railway.
Oh yeah,
is so fun.
Mickey's is great. Mickey's. So if you go to Disneyland, your line is going to be ridiculous for Rise at all times. Mickey and Minnie's usually isn't that bad, and I find it to be almost as much fun as Rise. I think it's a really fun ride, and it's the same technology too.
Splash Mountain.
Oh, you can't wait to do the new one.
I'm excited to see it be Tiana's.
Yeah.
I think that'll make it a lot
Tiana's
better.
Looks really fun.
In my opinion, I know a lot of people like Splash Mountain, how it was.
There's a chance
I wasn't into the storyline.
There's a chance I may try it. I get motion sickness though, so I'll let her go on it first and then come out and tell me, yeah, or yeah, I don't think you'll like it. So I'll let her make the call on that one. Hey, baby.
But yeah.
You can't go to sleep while I'm holding you like this, can you?
Let's see.
She's actually going to sleep.
Went to Universal Studios instead. Oh, then you're missing out. I'm sure Universal is fun too, but not really what we're into though. We don't do the big rides, so Universal wouldn't have as much for us. Princess and the Frog is such an underrated movie. It's cute, isn't it? There's a lot of movies that are kind of not as popular that I really like though. I really liked the movie Wish. I know it didn't do well, but I really liked it. And Elemental is the best.
Goodfellas or Casino? Just watched Goodfellas again last night. Casino could be better though. I would put Goodfellas ahead of Casino. Casino gets a bit laggy in point, like it gets a bit long in certain points. It's a 3-hour movie, and I feel like they could have tightened that down to a 2.5-hour movie. It's still very good. But the other problem I have is the explosion they show at the start. I don't think anybody's walking away from that. But yeah, the Goodfellas is, I think, the superior movie. There's so many great lines in Goodfellas.
Are you a fan of different AHL teams than NHL teams, excluding Abbotsford?
I am rooting for Hershey to win another championship, which of course is the Capitals farm team. I think it'd be great if Hershey won another one. And Coachella Valley, they've been in 2 straight finals. I would love to see 3 straight years where those teams are against each other. I have watched those finals. They've been a lot of fun to watch. I reviewed those finals. They were fun to review. I wouldn't mind seeing a rematch for a 3rd straight year.
What's your favorite Christmas movie? Oh, there's so many fun Christmas
See, now movies. Terrifier 3's in that conversation.
No, it is not.
He's Santa Claus.
No.
It takes place at Christmas.
No.
It's a Christmas movie.
It is not. No.
It is, though.
No.
Just like Die Hard.
Nightmare Before Christmas is my favorite Christmas movie overall, but there's a lot of Christmas movies that I like.
My favorite Christmas movie would be the Christmas Carol version with Alistair Sim. At the end of the movie, when he's dancing around and she's the maid, right? The maid screams.
Oh, yeah.
That is one of my favorite moments in cinema. It just feels so real and genuine in that moment. And he's so goofy, but he is still Scrooge at the same time. Alistair Sim as Scrooge is absolutely perfect.
Yeah, Nightmare Before Christmas would be my very favorite one. I also really like Arthur Christmas. I also really like Arthur Christmas and Muppet Christmas Carol and
Elf's very good
Landing.
too. Elf is very good.
Yeah, Elf and the Santa Claus. And there's a lot of Christmas movies. Oh, Inventing Christmas. I really like that one as well. There's a lot of Christmas movies I like.
Casino's a good movie. It's dark. I understand it's accurate to the storyline, but it's very dark. It's not like Goodfellas kind of has an ending that's not exactly happy-go-lucky either, especially when you know how the main character story ends for him. He didn't keep his nose clean after the events of that movie, for instance. I'm not sure how he ends up back in the good graces of the mob at some point, but he does. And anyways, but I would still, if I had to watch one or the other, I'd still watch Goodfellas.
Well, you should do the Christmas tree for power rankings again for Christmas.
We'll do something fun.
I made that tree for doing power rankings.
And then people got mad at it.
And people were lame when I made a quilt, like a wall hanging quilt specifically for Christmas power rankings. But people don't like fun stuff, so.
Yep.
My wife loves your glasses and wants a pair. I order them online from Zeelool. Is Zeelool. That's where I get those. That's where I get most of my glasses because I can do. I have to have a prism in both my lenses, and they are one places that I can do.
She's
prisms.
Legally blind in 26 states.
I am not legally blind.
26 states.
I just cannot see singular
and
very
Newfoundland.
well.
For some reason, Newfoundland says she's legally blind. That's why we don't live in Newfoundland. She's not allowed to drive there.
Oh, how are the bunnies? They're doing great.
Cinnabon's okay. She wasn't happy with cleaning being done in here earlier.
I cleaned the floor so it's a wood floor.
Well,
you can see wood floor.
I know Cinnabon went to the rec room. She's done with this crap.
Today I took out all of the room. We've got a bunch of rugs in here.
Runners.
And so I took them all out and I shook them and vacuumed them. So now she's mad. And she was, as I'm sweeping the floor, she always gets into the dust piles and spreads them out. It's like a bunch of toddlers. Do or did either of you listen to Creed? Nope.
Creed, there's only one song of theirs that's going to be on my favorite song list, and that's Bullets. Bullets was one of the cruelest songs ever because it told us Creed could do really kick-ass music. And they just did Bullets, and then it went back to the whiny, preachy, I think I'm Jesus music that he did. It was just weird.
Legally blind is a genetic trait, and it's not anything to be embarrassed about. I know. That's my mom.
Oh, of course.
My mom is not legally blind anymore because she had LASIK. But I don't have that same thing, but my eyes do. Creed sounds hideous. They are. Thoughts on Linkin Park and their comeback with Emily?
The Emptiness Machine, I think, is a great song. I'm looking forward to hearing all the rest of the songs on the album. We don't have the new album yet. I don't think it's been released
Not yet,
has it? So yeah, once that comes out, I'll be getting that. But yeah, I'm very encouraged by what I saw. We watched the concert where they unveiled their new singer, and we really enjoyed the concert.
Yeah, I thought it was very well done. I think she fits really well.
Yep.
I have a bunny named Thumper. Aw, I know, not creative. Nothing wrong with that. Bunnies are great. Have you ever thought about picking up SPHL jerseys?
I have a Roanoke Rail Yard Dogs jersey. I have a Mississippi jersey somewhere as well that I haven't bothered wearing for a long time because Mississippi's team folded.
It's
in the garage.
Okay.
It's in the garage.
Yeah, I thought it was in the bins.
Yeah. But I at some point, because I'm doing different jerseys for reviews, you'll probably see the Mississippi and some of the other ones.
Did you ever stay at the Tropicana in Vegas? It was recently demolished for the baseball stadium. Nope.
We only went there for the MJ show. And I had a beer or I had a drink with Carnell the one time.
Yeah.
Outside of that, just when I'm petting her, I'm getting cat fur on my face. So that happens a lot. And then when I start doing videos, I'm aware of the cat fur and the rabbit fur. So if you see me doing this during videos, that's what it is 9 times out of 10. She seems to be okay. I think I held her long enough there.
This getting dark before 5 o'clock.
They're talking about getting rid of daylight savings too.
That would be great.
But if you get rid of daylight savings, it's always early darkness.
I know. I think they should switch to daylight savings and just
I want to keep daylight savings.
Yeah.
I don't care that it's going to be dark at 10 o'clock in the morning. I don't like it being dark.
It's dark
at 4
already.
in the afternoon.
Dark. It's not even 5 o'clock, and it's dark.
Yep.
But
it sucks.
How many jerseys are you up to now?
About 24. No, there's 32 teams, so I have 35.
Danny Carey is my new favorite drummer. Tool and Primus coming up soon. Currently playing King Crimson. I saw King Crimson. That dude is just awesome.
Danny Carey's
always
fantastic.
Loved him in Tool, but he's stretching his legs.
My favorite drummers.
Danny Carey is awesome.
My favorite drummers would be Danny Carey and Tool, Christoph and Rammstein. He's absolutely amazing, and Paulina from The Warning. She's absolutely insane. Absolutely great on the drums. There's another one too. I was thinking, who's the one that's in Perfect Circle and
I don't remember. I'm
Smashing Pumpkins.
Names. You know better than that.
He's in both, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh, not the drum.
I thought the drummer was from Smashing Pumpkins.
The bass player.
Where's the drummer from?
I don't remember. I'm so bad at it.
Because Perfect Circle, their drummer's really good too. If you're going to work with Maynard, you have to be good on the drums,
right?
Because there's some funky beats with Maynard.
I saw King Crimson in a theater in Seattle in like 2000. I don't think it was 99. It must have been 2000. And Danny Carey came and sat behind me, and I didn't say anything because I don't like. I know he was just there to enjoy the concert, but yeah. So that was kind of cool. And after Danny Carey left, somebody like near us whispered to me, "Was that Danny Carey?" It was. But do you have a Kansas City Scouts jersey?
Yep, way ahead of you.
Didn't you guys see Evanescence? Yes. It was awesome.
That's where I saw the warning.
Yeah.
This time around. Yep. I have 2 Kansas City Scouts jerseys right here.
The Flaming Lips kick ass. They're really fun live.
They were great live. They were absolutely excellent live.
Oh, live power rankings. When? That's right. You were going to do that. I forgot about that.
We did a live power rankings at the end of the season a couple years back. We haven't done it in a while.
No.
Yeah, I'll be talking more about it, but I'm going to be changing the schedule a little bit on the weekend when it comes to when the power rankings go live, just because the review videos on Saturdays perform really poorly because people just go watch the power rankings. So I'm going to delay the power rankings a bit to try to give the review a chance to get some more eyeballs on it.
Do you have a Shoresy jersey?
Mm-hmm. Well, I have 3. Technically, I have 3. So this is the Bulldogs, and then I have 2. I have the Sioux jersey, the white one, and the camouflage Sioux jersey as well. The Sioux are so good.
When your question is, can you answer my question? I don't know what your question is. I'm
when somebody
really
says, "Can I answer your question?" you just say, "Yes, I can."
I usually do. Yes,
I
can answer your question.
I didn't, but I can.
No.
Oh,
how do you feel about geeky jerseys? I wish they could do more movies, shows for all of us to enjoy. Shannon wears a ton of geeky jerseys.
Yes.
He wears a lot of them.
Yes. To the point where they actually reached out to me a while ago.
Did you ever hear back from them?
Well, I did. I did the one video on the
But I mean, since
the
then,
Magic
have you ever
the Gathering.
heard from them?
I haven't heard from them. I did send them the link to the video I made with that jersey. I haven't heard anything since then. But I do use geeky jerseys a lot, and I've linked to them in comments when people ask where I get my jerseys for that. They have a lot of fun stuff.
As a Canes fan, my choice for most improved is Marty Necas. Who would you go with?
Necas is a very good choice. Most improved, Lafreniere. Lafreniere has really taken his work to the next level. Excellent player. Excellent player for the New York Rangers.
What's your favorite Office Space scene?
Oh. See, and there's so many lines I'm thinking of right now. There was nothing wrong with my name until that no talent came along and started winning Grammys. I think anything Mike Bolton related is hilarious. Because, yeah, that's a plot line that I think is really funny. I love the Michael Bolton stuff.
What do the Flames need to do to succeed by the time the new arena in Calgary opens up?
I mean, if they're going to go through a rebuild or a retool, they're going to need some draft lottery success. They're going to need Craig Conroy to draft the exact right people at the right time. And outside of that, they'll fill that building. Calgary will always support that team no matter what. There were times in the 90s that team was awful. I never got the feeling that, well, and kind of aimless, but I never got the feeling that Flames fans were going to turn their back on the team. Alberta teams are really well supported.
If you were a Columbus fan like I am, do you think we could do good on our West Coast trip? And if so, who would you want to see start in net for these games in order to accomplish this?
Elvis is playing really well. Elvis is playing really well this year, and that's who I would go with. I think they can beat San Jose. They can beat Anaheim. LA is going to be more of a challenge. But yeah, the West Coast, you're not coming through where a lot of teams are playing well. Seattle's not been playing great. Vancouver's not good at home. Calgary, it feels like have kind of come down from where they were. I know they're not West Coast, but still teams usually go through all that area. Yeah, I think you come out West, I think you can have some success.
Are you disappointed that Utah didn't choose purple?
A bit.
But we don't know.
We'll see what the logo
final
looks like.
choice will even be.
Yeah, we'll see
there
what the
could
logo
still
looks
be
like.
purple for all we know. We really don't know what they're going to do other than that light blue.
But at any rate, I should get going. Game's about to get started between the Kings and Nashville, so I'll get going now. But thanks, guys, for coming out. It's greatly appreciated. We will do this again. We could do like daily live streams. My assistant's pretty fine with that, so we could do that daily. About 2 hours a day, I think we could.
Oh my gosh!
So, anyways, we'll discuss it. But anyways, thanks guys for coming out, and we'll discuss it. But anyways, yeah, thanks for coming out, and all the best. Take care.
Maybe 3 hours.